Voilà. Oké, ja. Oké, goedenavond allemaal. Welkom bij een nieuwe stream op zondagavond. Vandaag dus gaan we dus reageren op het wereldkampioenschap rally van 1998. Dus we gaan er zo meteen aan beginnen. Na lange tijd gaat dat terug doen, dus ja. Wordt wel leuk, hè. Zullen we wel zien, hè. Zo, oké, eens even kijken. Goed. Oké, hello. Hello everyone, welcome to a new stream on Sunday. Today I will react on the World Rally Championship season of 1998. A very iconic season, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, like this, and then like this. Voila.
The 1998 FIA World Rally Championship consisted of 13 rallies, beginning with the wintry conditions of Monaco and then Sweden to test the drivers' skill. The third round took the teams to Africa for the Safari Rally in Kenya. Then it was back to Europe for the Mediterranean rounds in Portugal, Spain, and France. Round 7 saw the crews cross the Atlantic to South America for the Rally Argentina. Greece hosted the next round before the long haul to New Zealand. Then back to Europe, where Finland was the venue. No Rally Indonesia meant Italy, and the San Remo Rally was next. Australia hosted the penultimate round, and then to Britain for the traditional season finale. The Forests of Wales were also the venue for last year's title showdown, when Tommy Mäkinen, driving for Mitsubishi, won the Drivers' Championship by 1 point to beat local hero Colin McRae and take his second successive World Rally crown. For 1998, Mitsubishi were back, attempting to win their first manufacturer's title.
On the information you already have, which tyres would you choose for the first?
Tommy Mäkinen had a new co-driver, Risto Mäkinen.
We have been together doing rally 1 week, so all the time things looks they are going better and better, so I'm confident to start this season.
Richard Burns and Robert Reed were their teammates.
It's fantastic, obviously, because I'm one of the 8 full-time drivers in the World Championship, and that's a priceless opportunity.
Subaru were chasing their 4th consecutive manufacturer's title this year and had 1995 world champion Colin McRae and co-driver Nicky Grist leading their pursuit. Their teammates were the Italians Piero Liati and co-driver Fabrizio Pons, who were contesting all but 2 of the 13 rounds.
For me, in the asphalt now it is 100%, in the snow, in the gravel 90%, but this year for me it's very important for the experience.
After testing and development work on several of last year's rallies, Toyota had high hopes for their Corolla World Rally car, which was still to win its first rally.
I think the car has a very good potential, but still I think it's a lot to come, and that is very encouraging.
With double world champion Carlos Sainz, the team had every chance of fulfilling their aspirations. The Spaniard was backed by Frenchman Didier Auriol.
We look forward to have some victory. That is more important for me, and one title for Toyota.
The Ford Escort ended its last competitive year before it's replaced by the Focus. Veteran Juha Kankinen and co-driver Juha Repo led their assault.
We have done quite a lot of work now again for the car, and it feels very good. And Bruno is a nice teammate, good guy.
Belgian Bruno Thierry was delighted to be the Finns' teammate.
For sure, it's maybe one of my last chance, because Ford has been able to give me this opportunity for the full championship, and now I have to take this opportunity with 2 hands.
The glitz and glamour of Monte Carlo, famous for money and motorsport. The tiny Principality of Monaco hosted round 1 of the 1998 FIA World Rally Championship. On the Monte Carlo Rally, more than any other, tyre choice is critical. Studded tyres, wets and intermediates all feature, sometimes on the same stage.
30 left backs 50, K right minus long.
When a stage starts in one valley, heads over the mountain and then ends in another valley, conditions can change several times. If we ride with Richard Burns on one stage, it starts with patchy ice over tarmac, moves to full covering of snow, and then back to icy tarmac again. All this in just a few miles.
really quickly.
Leg 1, 6 stages took the cruise from Monte Carlo through the mountains to the town of Gap. Oriol was fastest on stage 1, but with drivers having to choose one type of tyre for 2 stages, he found himself on the wrong tyres for the second stage.
Yeah.
A bad choice of tyre, you know, we have a wrong information before the start of the 2 stage. We say, okay, Karl start with a slow tyre, it's maybe good to start with a rain tyre, but I am alone to start with a rain tyre.
Piero Liati won in Monte Carlo last year. He and co-driver Fabrizio Pons moved into the lead after Oriol's problems, whilst Colin McRae and Nicky Grist were determined not to repeat their retirement of last year. Their only drama was a high-speed spin on stage 4.
No, valt nog wel mee aan. That's not that bad.
Tommy Mäkinen, driving the Mitsubishi, was suffering from a heavy cold and started the leg cautiously, while teammate Richard Burns, contesting every round this year, was 1 place ahead in 4th after stage 2. Carlos Sainz is back with Toyota, and he set the fastest time on stage 2 to move into 2nd place. Juha Kankkunen led Ford's assault on the championship this year, but had a frustrating start to the season, suffering a small problem on the first stage.
What is the problem? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, that problem. Oh, that problem is, isn't it?
Just one slippery corner and hit the wall.
Yeah.
How much damage?
Like you can see, and then bent the wheel also out, and I had to do the next stage with the wheel open, so lost a bit of time there as well.
Bruno Thierry drove the 2nd Escort this year and made a cautious start. Tommy Mäkinen had a good afternoon, clocking up fastest times on stages 3, 4 and 5, moving himself into the lead ahead of the consistent Carlos Sainz, who retained 2nd place. As night fell, icy conditions began to cause problems.
Oh shit. Oh.
That collision cost Oriol his place in the top 10.
Yeah, that's a big...
We have understeering in the village Barceloneta. It's quite a little ice. It's a car understeering, and we hit a wall with the left.
The Monte Carlo rally isn't one of Colin McRae's favourites, and he ended the day in 5th place.
We haven't had a good day, and it was a disaster on the last stage as well. We took the wrong tyre.
Enjoying his first rally in the Principality, Burns ended the day in 4th, although he'd found out how difficult the going could get.
50, slippy maybe, K left plus.
Oh shit. Oh, too right, yeah.
Piero Liati led the Subaru Challenge to end the day in 3rd. Carlos Sainz marked his return to Toyota with a strong 2nd place, although he too experienced problems on the final stage.
Oh shit, not the same place.
Well, it's a pity the time we lost, but in any case I think Tommy was driving faster.
You think you can catch him tomorrow?
I think it's going to be very difficult.
Mäkinen threw caution to the wind on that final stage, ending the day over a minute ahead.
I took quite big risk before the stage. I chose tarmac tyre and all the others chose ice tyre.
Day 2 and 7 icy stages would take the cars back to Monte Carlo over the mountains. Leader Tommy Mäkinen would soon find out just how treacherous the conditions were.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's over.
Left, right, which was a bit more slippy
and
narrow place, and just slide off, and we hit the front the wall, and we dropped down 10 meters.
Carlos Sainz was now the new leader. An inspired tyre choice on that first stage saw the Spaniard and his co-driver Luis Moya take around 6 seconds per kilometre off Burns, Liati and McRae. Although on stage 8, Sisteron, he did have one slight problem.
Whoops.
Kankkunen shared Sainz's tyre choice, moving him from 6th to 2nd in just 1 stage. On Sisteron, he set the fastest time to close the gap on Carlos. Sisteron played a key role in Piero Liati's victory in 1997, but this year it was very different.
Oh shit. Oh!
This roll cost him 30 seconds.
Yeah, too bad.
Teammate McRae also paid the price for running wider tyres.
Nothing happened, we didn't have any grip. The tyres don't seem to be working.
No.
Well, it was difficult tire choice. I think we took it correctly, and it was full of snow, and everything worked okay for us. And Tommy went off the road, but again, it's still anything can happen in this valley.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh. Easy fishes. Pizza.
Nightfall.
Whoa, nice.
Bruno Thierry would finish the day in 6th place. After his earlier accident, Liati was happy to end the day in 5th place, whilst his teammate Colin McRae finished leg 2 in 4th. Burns and Robert Reid were 3rd, delighted to be ahead of such experienced company.
Slight right and slight left, 70
Yeah,
slow
Burns
flat
is doing a
right
good
in,
job.
50 braking easy
Burns
line
is
plus
good
50
busy.
medium
Good like,
left, long.
The Ford Escort of Juha Kankkunen and Juha Repo returned to Monaco in 2nd place, but the Toyota Corolla of Carlos Sainz still led.
We have been working very hard, and I hope we can be a bit lucky tomorrow.
Day 3 saw the drivers compete over 5 stages in the mountains close to Monte Carlo. It was an early start for Sainz, who began leg 3 with a 55-second lead. But it was Bruno Thierry's Ford which set the early pace, battling with the Mitsubishi of Richard Burns. In the early light of dawn, though, the icy conditions caught out Colin McRae in the Subaru.
Oh yeah, okay.
70.
Ja, dat was best. Oei, oei. Okay, go. Oh, la la. Yeah.
Joining in this little battle was Piero Liati, but he finished 4th after teammate McRae beat him over the last 2 stages.
The big battle was for 3rd, and it was with my own teammate Piero. Obviously Richard was quite close as well, and Bruno, but I knew it was going to be Piero or me that was going to take 3rd place.
55 seconds was a lot to make up, but that didn't stop Kankkunen trying.
Fast left and keep right over 70 to long K left, and bad right tightens hard.
But it wasn't enough. Sainz could afford to cruise the last pair of stages. This he did, giving Toyota its first victory in the new car.
I'm very happy because coming back to the team and winning again, it's very nice way. But the important thing is not how we start, how we finish.
The first champagne of the year for Sainz and Moya. Confirmation of the first result of the 1998 season. Victory going to Sainz and Toyota, with Kankkunen, McRae, Liati, Burns and Thierry completing the top 6. With 10 points for first place, Carlos Sainz had a 4-point lead over Kankkunen going into the next round, while Toyota took an early lead in the Manufacturers Series, with Ford and Subaru joined second.
Goed begin voor Carlos Sainz en Toyota. Nu, normaal gezien gaan we nu meteen naar Zweden. Maar ja, misschien zit er wel een ding tussen. Eens kijken wat het geeft. Oh ja, kijk eens aan. Wacht dan kunnen we dat zo even doen, hè. Dus, Zweden.
The scenery gives away the location of round 2, the international Swedish rally.
Yes, exactly.
Leg 1's 8 stages looped around to the north of the host city, Karlstad.
Mooi.
Toyota nominated local hero Thomas Rodstrom to score manufacturers' points for this event. The Swede's day started well, and he led the rally after the first 2 stages.
Well, no mistakes, and try to keep the car in the line, and it feels very easy because the handling is fantastic.
Richard Burns was tackling the rally for the first time and made a good start, but was a little too confident on stage 2.
Ai, dat is wel goed. Dat was ook niet goed, hè. Je wilt het gewoon hebben. Oh.
Can't see anything.
No,
the soft snow on the edge of the road trapped the Mitsubishi, losing him 9 minutes.
Just went a bit wide on the exit of one corner, and
9 minutes is a lot, hè.
Snow just dragged me in, and we ended up in a ditch.
No. Huomio,
nippu jatkuu, pitkä oikein alas.
Byrne's teammate Tommi Mäkinen passed the stranded Charisma on his way to second after the first two stages. The Finn needed to do as well as possible on the event after failing to finish in Monte Carlo. Carlos Sainz's rally got off to a good start, quickest on the first stage and maintaining a top 3 position after the second. Oriol had a frustrating first day when electrical problems cost him 20 seconds.
We have a big snow coming inside the car behind the dashboard, and okay, we have need to stop and try to find what happened, because if we continue like that, maybe the car can burn.
Sweden's one of Colin McRae's favourite events, and although confident, he couldn't keep pace with the leaders, struggling for grip in 5th place.
30, slow 4 left, tightens maybe, and 4 right minus opens.
He's going forward again.
6 left over crest.
It's going to be very hard. We drove 100% in the last stage, and Carlos still took quite a bit of time from us.
Last year's winner, Kenneth Eriksson, was on his last event for the Subaru team, but he too was struggling. Surprise of the day, Marcus Gronholm took the old Toyota Celica to 4th place.
Okay, good.
Ford's Juha Kankinen made a steady start in the Escort, while his teammate Thierry had problems when exhaust fumes leaked into his car. Italian Liati was another struggling in the Subaru. The tyres used in Sweden are unique.
It's amazing, the grip. You have to get a little bit confidence, because you have so much grip. In the beginning I'm braking too early, but it's like gravel with gravel tires, even more sometimes.
Okay, good man, even more.
Obviously we're using very special tires, and the grip we have here is probably more than we have in a lot of gravel stages elsewhere in the world.
The fans were out in force to support the local drivers, but Carlos Sainz had other ideas and pushed the Scandinavians, ending the leg in 3rd place. Tommi Mäkinen fought a close battle with the leader all day to finish just 24 seconds behind.
It was a good day, no problems whatsoever. Thomas did very good work, and it's going to be very difficult to beat him.
But the leader at the end of the day was Thomas Rådström, fastest on 6 of the 8 stages. Leg 2's 6 stages took the cruise from Karlstad to Hagfors and then on to the town of Borlänge. Rådström, leading after day 1, would now be the road sweeper.
Yeah, interesting season again, 1998. It ends in a very, fijn eigenlijk. Dus op 98 is wel een leuk seizoen, maar het einde is wel, een zware anticlimax.
The first 2 stages of the day saw Tommi Mäkinen lose 16 seconds to Rådström, whilst Carlos Sainz also lost time to his teammate, but gained on the Mitsubishi.
I'm very impressed about the Toyota speed at the moment. It seems to be very, very difficult.
But Mäkinen wasn't the only one finding things difficult. The Jutbo stage had a few surprises in store.
Oh boy. Here he goes, but okay.
Well, always you spin in 6th gear. In a way, you have to be lucky to do not damage the car, but everything was okay.
Carlos's wasn't the only 6th gear incident. His attention's drawn to his teammate's car on the side of the road, a result of this.
Oh yeah, that's more, wow, that's intense, yeah.
Not only had the radiator been badly damaged, but the pins which secured what was left of the bonnet had also been broken.
Ja, dat is al handig. Die stap jongens. Hopla, ja natuurlijk.
The Swede had no choice but to retire.
I turned in a little bit too early and had to adjust it to the other side, and then I saw I'm too late now and I have a possibility to go straight on another road, and I do that, but it was a snowbank and I was flying over that one, and the radiator and the front bumper was damaged.
Another casualty on that stage was Colin McRae, his Subaru grinding to a halt with electrical failure.
Well, we know that it was an electrical problem, but we still don't know why. It's a bit of mystery.
Obviously very disappointed. It looked as though it was possible to even be second tonight.
With McRae out, teammate Ericsson benefited from the others' misfortunes to move up to 4th. Carlos Sainz went one better, finishing the day in 3rd. Juha Kankkunen had moved his Ford Escort into 2nd by the end of the leg. But it was Tommi Mäkinen, fastest on 3 of the day's stages, who returned to Borlänge in 1st place.
This year I found some extra effort for this stage, and I'm very happy for that.
Early morning on day 3, and the drivers faced 5 stages, taking them from Borlänge back to Karlstad. Tommi Mäkinen started the leg with over a minute's lead on 2nd-placed Kankkunen, so the battle would be for 2nd, with Carlos Sainz only 15 seconds behind. It was Sainz who took first blood. He and Luis Moya set the fastest time on stage 15, the day's first, to close the gap. Kankkunen drove consistently, but lost 10 seconds to Sainz after hitting a snowbank. With 2 stages left, less than 2 seconds separated them.
Yeah, that's not bad, yeah. 1.5 seconds now between you and 2nd place. Can you do it?
We'll see. Everything can happen. Still is very open, and we will try our best.
Just try to stay on the road and try to go as fast as I can.
After suffering a repeat of their electrical problems on day 1, Oriol and Denis Giraudet dropped a place to finish the rally in 6th. Marcus Gronholm was the beneficiary, taking his Toyota Celica to 5th place.
Yeah, good job, Marcus. Good job. Good so, Marcus. Good so.
Kenneth Ericsson, meanwhile, bade farewell to Subaru with 4th.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Juha Kankkunen was 2nd fastest on the last 2 stages. Unfortunately for him, it was Carlos Sainz who was fastest on both, relegating the Finn to 3rd place.
I think I'm a little bit tired now of 2nd position here in Sweden. Again, it's a very good result for me, but I hope soon we can go one step forward.
The battle for 2nd place, however, hadn't troubled Tommi Mäkinen. He cruised to victory by over 50 seconds and had the honour of taking Finland's 100th World Rally victory.
Oikea taas yli 120.
Hey.
Okay, hyvä.
This rally seems to be very good for Scandinavian drivers, and our car has been always very good for this kind of condition.
The first champagne of 1998 for Mäkinen and Manison-Mäki. 51.6 seconds was Mäkinen's winning margin from Sainz, Kankkunen, Ericsson, Gronholm and Oriol. Carlos Sainz had now extended his lead in the World Drivers' Championship to 6 points, with 2nd place shared by Kankkunen and Mäkinen, while in the Manufacturers' Championship, Toyota still led.
Ja. Exciting, ja. Ziet er allemaal goed uit, hè? Oh ja. Okay, let's see now. Next one is, of course, one of my favorites, the Safari Rally. Voila.
Round 3 of the series was the first of 5 events outside Europe. Kenya's Safari Rally is based in the capital city, Nairobi, and covers over 2,000 kilometres during the 3 days. Leg 1's 6 competitive sections were in the hills to the south of the city. First over the rocky Kenyan roads was championship leader Carlos Sainz, who had a slow start to the rally after suspension problems left him 5th. The early leader was Tommi Mäkinen, who won the event in 1996, but he also suffered early problems.
Ylös.
Really rough again, man.
I don't understand. Last year we had exactly the same problem with the brakes on the first section, and I don't understand why it can't be the same problem again.
His teammate Richard Burns had a good start to the Safari Rally, setting the fastest time on the opening stage. Last year's winner Colin McRae needed to repeat that victory, but he was in for a shock on stage 2.
Oh yeah.
We have a puncture, we're going to stop and change 6 right minus over crest and 6 left tightens the minus, rock inside.
Both rear tyres had lost their tread, something which hadn't happened during testing.
I had a bit too much camber in the car and overheated the inside of the tyre and the tread starts to come off, so we had 2 punctures.
Teammate Piero Liati's day started no better when he suffered a broken shock absorber which cost him 10 minutes.
Harry would like pass, please, 200 metres behind.
Okay. Ma quanto manca?
Thanks from Harry.
Ford used a replacement driver, veteran Finn Ari Vatanen stepping in for Bruno Thierry.
Telephone rang, I heard Bruno Thierry's injured, and in the meantime I stand in for him, and of course for me Africa's like my second home, so every second here, has been a pure pleasure.
Team leader Juha Kankkunen made a steady start in 6th place,
he likes
one
the
behind
early,
Vatanen.
He's a veteran.
Didier Auriol had to work hard to finish the day in 7th after this breakdown cost him 5 minutes.
Di là passiamo.
Didier stopped in the drift.
Ja, mooi.
Or you can jump
te stoppen, ja.
behind
Kan niet anders.
on the connection of the battery and the car stop.
His problems weren't over though. A lack of concentration on the final stage of the day cost another 40 seconds. Karl Sainz was in 4th place, struggling with stiff power steering for much of the day. After his earlier problems, Colin McRae was now 3rd, thanks to a string of fastest times over the last 4 sections.
100. Straight crest. Into 6 left, 100. Crest and K right and 3 left over jump.
Richard Burns had a terrific day, finishing in 2nd place over a minute ahead of McRae.
Yeah, good. Good job, Burns, come on.
But it was Tommi Mäkinen and co-driver Risto Männisen-Mäki who led at the end of the first leg with a 36-second advantage over their teammates and nearly 2 minutes on McRae.
Okay. Are you happy to be leading tonight?
It's all right, it's all right. It could be easily 2 minutes more, but we are where we are.
Day 2's 5 sections took the cars to the north of Nairobi and down into the searing heat of the Great Rift Valley. Overnight leader Tommi Mäkinen set the early pace, posting the fastest times on the first 2 sections of the day and suffering no dramas. Not so fortunate was championship leader Carlos Sainz, who was the first casualty of the day when on the first section he made a rare error.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Well, we obviously have quite a big roll.
Yeah.
Fast.
Tell me about
quite dusty
it.
The beginning of the stage and miss one left bend in 5th gear. So.
Richard Burns was another to run into problems early on leg 2. A slipping clutch delayed the Englishman throughout the day, frustrating his attempts to hold off McRae, who was now up to 2nd place. But there were problems ahead for the Scotsman, and he had to nurse the Subaru back to the service area.
Colin, they need to know the water temperature isn't a problem until it goes to 125 or 130, over.
It is a problem, it's at 140.
One look underneath the car confirmed it was going no further.
The long faces say it all. Is it over?
Yep. Finished. Another one.
Colin's 2nd retirement in a row was a bitter blow for the Subaru team, but worse was to follow. Liati set the fastest time on stage 9, but on 10 he suffered a terminal problem.
Destra 850. Si sta spegnendo? Sta spegnendo, sì.
Engine failure also ended his rally.
I think it's broken the engine, then it's not possible to finish the stage.
Juha Kankkunen finished leg 2 in 4th place with a broken suspension and another puncture rounded off a frustrating day. Kankkunen's problems and McRae's retirement meant that Didier Auriol was now up to 3rd in the Toyota, while one of the surprises of the rally was Ari Vatanen. Taking his Ford to 2nd demonstrated that experience still counts on the Safari. His first attempt at the rally was 21 years ago. There were, though, mixed emotions in the Mitsubishi camp. On the final stage of the day, with a clear lead, Mäkinen's engine gave up.
Ja, it's over. Dus voorbij ook voor hem.
About 10 kilometers from the start, just the engine stopped, and I think its cam belt broke, and that's it.
Tommy's retirement meant that teammate Richard Burns, driving the Charisma, was now leading the Safari rally at the end of leg 2.
I don't know what times the Fords have done in the last section, but they were about 6 minutes behind. That was good enough for Colin last year to stay in front of me on the last day, so I can only hope we have no problems.
The third leg was virtually identical to the first. 4 bush sections with a final visit to NL.ENG racecourse to finish off. Richard Burns set off into the Kenyan dawn, starting his day well by posting the fastest time on the first section. stage 13, the day's longest, and championship contender Carlos Sainz had problems when the rear of his car hit a rock.
Well, we have a broken rear shock absorber. You know, then we lost the suspension, then
everything.
We lost all the brake discs.
You lost
we have
everything,
to take the tire out to try to continue in 3 wheels, but
hij is alles verloren van achter, hè, gezien? Mai. Ja, spijtig, maar
Sainz's retirement meant the Volkswagen Golf of Raimund Baumschlager would finish 6th overall and 2nd in Formula 2 to the Seat of Harry Rovanperä, which finished 5th. Didier Auriol and Denis Giraudet suffered from punctures on stage 13, and after changing one, another was to slow them further, costing a podium finish. The pair eventually finished 4th. As widely predicted, Ford issued team orders, and Ari Vatanen incurred a 6-minute road penalty to drop from 2nd to 3rd. That allowed team leaders Juha Kankkunen and Juha Repo to finish 2nd and claim another 2 points.
Since the moment telephone rang and Malcolm asked, Ari, can you do safari? Till this moment, till tonight, I mean, it couldn't have been better. This is a dream.
Despite an oil pressure scare, Richard Burns then held on to win, even setting the fastest time on the final section, taking a long overdue first victory on a round of the World Rally Championship, to his delight.
Yep, good job, man.
Thank you, guys. Good, thank you.
Very good.
All day today was horrible. I've been driving really carefully, but it doesn't matter now. It's a great feeling. It's absolutely fantastic feeling.
The relief on Richard's face was clear. This was a moment he'll always remember.
Yeah.
Nearly 9.5 minutes the winning margin, with Kankkunen scoring his 3rd podium finish in as many events and 2 Formula 2 cars in the top 6. After 3 rounds, Sainz and Kankkunen shared the lead in the Drivers' Series, while Burns was 3rd ahead of Mackin.
Wacht, I think he died in 2005, so it's been almost 21 years ago. So yeah, it's unbelievable that a good rally driver like him is gone. You know, same as Colin McRae, eh? He died in 2007, I think, and it's yeah, they were one of my favorites. So yeah, it's very hard to see, you know, to see them, to see them, and then knowing that they are gone. So yeah, very painful, and it's too bad. What a world, huh? But yeah, okay, life is cruel sometimes, but yeah, that's why I'm also like to watch these, because yeah, you know, it's good memories. That's all. That's what we are focusing on. Ja, de winnaar, Richard Burns, ja. Die is ondertussen al bijna 21 jaar geleden gestorven. McRae dan 2007, dus ja, dat waren een van mijn 2 favorieten. Om ze nu dan te zien in actie, dat doet wel raar en pijnlijk ook wel. Spijtig dat ze er niet meer zijn natuurlijk, erg. Ja, leven is wel oneerlijk op dat vlak soms, hè. Maar ja, goed, ik koesterde mooie herinneringen van die mensen aan. Dus, ja.
Mitsubishi now had a 1-point lead over Ford in the Manufacturers' Championship.
Dus ja, even stilstaan op die 2 aan. Dat was even, ja. Kan toch, ja. Voilà, Portugal.
After 3 of the most demanding rallies on the FIA calendar, the championship returned to Europe for round 4 and the Rally of Portugal, where the thick dust and huge crowds are only 2 of the hazards.
No.
The city of Porto on Portugal's west coast provided the picturesque backdrop to the rally, and the first of Leg 1's 10 stages saw head-to-head action, with the drivers competing against each other.
Got those Gran Turismo vibes. So die Gran Turismo vibes.
The remainder of Leg 1 took the cars from Matosinhos and the outskirts of Porto east to Viseu. After a poor start to the season, all eyes were on the Subaru team. Colin McRae set off at a tremendous pace to pull out an early lead.
3 left minus, into turn slow 3 left tar, 30.
Incredible lead you've pulled out in 4 stages. How did you do it?
Driving quicker than everyone else.
Despite podium finishes on all 3 rounds, Ford was still looking for their first victory of the year. Kankkunen was quickly on the pace and was in second place after stage 4. Ari Vatanen again deputised for the injured Bruno Thierry and made a steady start to line 9th. Sainz and Moya were third after stage 4, but Carlos wasn't happy.
Not so good for us. I don't think we can be very happy at the moment. I got no feeling at all with the car and it's very nervous.
Tommy Mäkinen, meanwhile, knew he had to do well after a non-finish in Kenya and was lying 4th, ahead of teammate Richard Burns. Despite leading after the first stage, Didier Auriol suffered gearbox problems and dropped out of the top 10. Piero Liatti had no real problems, but couldn't match his teammate's pace and ended the leg in 7th. As usual, the spectators were out in force for the Portuguese rally. Freddie Loix was running a privateer Toyota for the first time, and a good day helped him to 5th place. Tommy Mäkinen had a steady day to bring his Mitsubishi home 4th. Sainz struggled with suspension and transmission problems, but recovered to end leg 1 in 3rd. Kankkunen was still second after setting the fastest time on stage 8.
Opens to flat right. 100.
Fastest on 6 of the 10 stages, McRae's lead was comfortable, but there was concern about the Subaru's engine.
Now, the engineers seem to be looking closely at the engine tonight. Is there a problem?
There is certainly something wrong. It's not 100%. We'll find out more when they finish this service.
Leg 2 began just before dawn and saw the drivers tackling 10 special stages from Viju back to Matosinos. Mäkinen's day began well. He set the fastest time on the first stage, but the second was the Finns' last.
Oh yeah, remember that. And go.
Didier Auriol, meanwhile, continued to struggle with gearbox difficulties, and a spin cost the Frenchman 20 seconds.
Oh shit. Oh. Yeah.
Gearbox is damaged again, and we're just sort of deciding whether to continue. We'll have a look and see if it'll stay in some gears now. If it will, he'll continue. If it won't, that's it for him.
But Didier and Denis finally called it a day on stage 16.
Yeah, too bad.
Despite McRae's concern about the Subaru, the Scots set the fastest time on the day's second stage.
Crest 50. Left over crest, keep out, and 3 left minus opens. Have to go. No 3Ks. Into 6 left over crest. What is it? Puncture.
That puncture cost Colin time, but he still retained his lead.
Good.
We had a puncture and the EMI didn't work for some reason, so we lost 30 seconds.
Second overnight, Kankkunen pushed hard in the morning, but the Ford ran into trouble at service.
We will see if the car is okay, because we have a little problem there in the diff now.
Those difficulties dropped him to 7th.
After this last Agonil stage, there's a lot of oil on the sump guard.
Yeah.
What's basically happened is that the pinion bearing on the front differential has collapsed, which means that if you continue, eventually the diff will seize. So we've decided to take all the shafts off and convert it to two-wheel drive.
Carlos Sainz finished the leg in 3rd place after a hard-fought battle with Mitsubishi's Richard Burns, although he also suffered problems during the day.
Jesus, he's going for that.
Carlos and the team had expected more.
I have a problem in the last stage with the brake pipe, and the car was turning when braking only one wheel in the front when I was braking, so it was very difficult.
Burns, though, lost the battle with Sainz and finished the leg in 4th place.
The jump 100, 90 left plus.
Whoa.
But the sensation of the day was the Toyota Team Belgium car of Freddie Loix, who was fastest on the last 4 stages to move up to 2nd place, only 11 seconds behind Colin McRae, who'd led all day in the
You
surprised that Freddie came on so fast, so late, and caught up to almost 11 seconds behind?
Yeah, I mean, Freddie wasn't a guy we were thinking of at the start, but I mean, yeah, fair dues to him. He was going really well.
We did today a long day, and we had completely no problems with the car, and that's always helping.
Leg 3's 8 stages used many of the same roads as Leg 1, and on stage 21, the day's first, McRae threw down the challenge. He was second fastest and extended his lead over Loix by another 2.5 seconds. But the Belgian hit back, setting the fastest time on stage 24. Fabrizia Pons, Liati's co-driver, had lost her voice, but with the help of the Subaru doctor, she was back on song, helping Piero to 6th, while Ari Vatanen would finish 5th. Ford more than happy with their stand-in driver.
Yeah, good job.
Richard Burns in the sole remaining Mitsubishi was unable to catch the leading trio, and he finished the rally in 4th place. After his impressive drive, Freddie Loix finished 3rd, following gearbox problems. But the battle for first had now become a two-way fight between McRae and Sainz.
Carlos, incredible times on those last 3 stages. Where did you pull it from?
Well, we were trying. I said before that I was going to try until the last stage, and that's what I'm doing. 11 kilometers, 7 seconds. Colin McRae is not so easy to take it.
No, not really.
Can you hold him off?
At the moment, it doesn't look like it because it is a very similar surface to what we've been on, and there's nothing we can do.
With one stage to go, Colin and Carlos prepared themselves, but it was the Spaniard who'd have it all to do, and the spectators knew it, gathering for what looked like being a sensational stage.
Yeah.
McRae is a hero in Portugal, and the fanatical spectators cheered him on through the 11-kilometre section. Sainz set off in pursuit.
50, 4 right minus over crest, 30k to right, okay.
Colin now had to wait for Carlos.
Seems that's enough.
Reports from Sainz's team suggested that halfway through the stage, he'd already taken 4 of the 7 seconds back.
Okay. That's good, huh?
Carlos stopped the clock nearly 5 seconds faster than Colin, but it wasn't enough. McRae the winner by just over 2 seconds.
2 seconds, man.
This morning, and then up until the second last stage, then it was a bit doubtful, but I knew it was going to be close, but okay, you have to be confident.
Colin McRae and Nicky Grist could then celebrate one of the closest 4th rounds of the World Rally Championship. Confirmation of the result, 2.1 seconds McRae's winning margin. Sainz's 100th championship event so nearly ended in victory, but it wasn't to be.
No.
The result, though, had enabled Sainz to open up a 6-point lead in the Drivers' Championship, while in the series for manufacturers, Mitsubishi and Toyota now shared the lead on 25 points.
Yeah, looks exciting again, huh? Spain, also a good rally.
Round 5, the first all-asphalt rally of the year, was the Rally Catalunya in northern Spain. Local hero Carlos Sainz led the cars away from Lloret de Mar towards the town of Vic. Based in the resort of Lloret, Leg 1's 7 stages were run in the hills to the north of the town. With thousands of fans waiting expectantly en route, Sainz didn't disappoint them and was 3rd fastest on stage 1, although problems awaited him.
Oh shit. Whoa.
Well, Loix had been nominated for Toyota's manufacturer points, but a slow start left him in 7th. Also struggling was Juha Kankkunen, back in 14th. After missing the last 2 rounds, Bruno Thierry made his comeback in style, setting the fastest time on stage 1. On stage 2, Didier Auriol was fastest and moved ahead of the Ford and into the lead.
Come on, Didier.
Mitsubishi were debuting the new Evolution 5 Lancer, Mäkinen making a steady start. Teammate Burns started well and was into the top 3.
We've made a lot of small improvements to the car all round. It's now the equivalent width to the World Rally car, so on tarmac at least we should have a fair benefit, I think.
Colin McRae could only manage 15th fastest on stage 1 and would spend much of the day struggling outside the top 10.
And 2 left plus opens. Into 6 left, into 4 right plus line.
Colin, you seem to lose a bit of time on those first stages. Why?
A bit's an understatement. A hell of a lot. There's just absolutely no grip from the tyre.
Liati also had a miserable morning, problems costing him over a minute.
We had no turbo pressure due to a pipe that went...
Can they fix it?
Of course, yes, but it's a little bit too late already. I mean, I think we are 50s or 60s or something like this now.
The dry asphalt meant the Formula 2 cars could compete directly with the World Rally cars, and after stage 4, Peugeot Gilles Panizzi would be second, just 9 seconds behind Oriol. But it was the Citroën Zara kit cars making their debut which were causing the biggest stir. Filip Bugalski was 5th after stage 4, while Jesus Puras was 3rd. Richard Burns ended the leg in 5th place, exploring the limits of his tyres on the way.
20.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
Shit! No.
4th was the Peugeot 306 of Gilles Panizzi, co-driven by his brother Hervé. The Belgian pairing of Bruno Thierry and Stéphane Prévost were 3rd. Jesus Puras and Carlos Del Barrio set the fastest time on the last stage of the day and returned to Lloret in 2nd place. But opinion was divided over the speed of the F2 cars.
Sure.
When we started this morning, I knew that the kit car could be in a very good shape and in very good positions in this rally because it's all asphalt and for the two-wheel drive is a very good option.
Normally they are on this kind of condition, they are very fast.
It will be very funny if we allow a Formula 3000 start in a Formula 1 race and suddenly start to be faster than the Formula 1. For me, that is ridiculous.
Do you think that a team like Peugeot, who are not doing the whole World Championship, should be able to get points against the World Rally team?
Yes, why not?
It's the same problem we had last year with the FIA's ruling and the specification of the cars, allowing the F2 cars to be quicker than World Rally cars, which is absolutely ludicrous.
Only the rally on the tarmac, like here, Corsica or Sanremo, it's interesting because it's every car with the WRC, and it's only this possibility for us, for the two-wheel drives.
But it was still the Toyota WRC of Oriol which led, fastest on 4 of the day's 7 stages.
The car, it's what I like. And no problem, I am in a fight for the victory, so of course you have a little more motivation. But that it's normal, it's for everybody. If you are behind at 3 minutes, it's not the same feelings than if you are in a fight.
Day 2's 6 stages were all well to the southwest, in the mountains near Tarragona. Oriol started leg 2 with a 17-second lead, and by the end of the 3rd stage of the day, he'd increased it to 35 seconds. The first stage, however, saw the end of Jesus Puras, his rally ending with engine failure.
Voila. Yeah.
Thierry had problems of his own when a battery worked its way
F2 cars are faster, but it's still in the mechanical sport, so you never know what happens. So, you know, if they are faster, I would not care so much. I understand Carlos and Colin, what they said, because, you know, especially Carlos, what he said, he's right, but I do not care so much, but because you see now, he's out of the rally of mechanical problems, so ja, je never know, hè. Je weet nooit, hè. Allee, ze zijn niet zo heel blij, Carlos en Colin, dat die F2 auto's sneller zijn. Zeker hoe Carlos het zei, ja, dat is, hij heeft wel gelijk, maar ja, je ziet maar, hè. Met zo'n sport, het is ook een mechanische sport, dus je weet maar nooit, dus op dat vlak vind ik dat, het zou me niet zoveel uitmaken, maar ze hebben wel gelijk ook natuurlijk, hè.
The pedals, he was understandably upset.
Ja.
La pile, je sais pas ce que c'est, les caméras ou je sais pas quoi, tout ça tout le temps dans les pieds.
Yeah. Colin McRae, meanwhile, was annoyed at the behaviour of some of the spectators.
Into 6 left, minus 100. Steady go. 6 left, at 250.
Piero Liati's disappointing rally would mercifully soon be over.
In destra 50.
Oh shit, oh.
Mäkinen finished the leg in 4th place, while Carlos Sainz was 3rd, less than a second ahead. Toyota were having a good day, with Loix charging up to 2nd and Didier Auriol still leading by over 40 seconds, although remember it was Loix who was registered for manufacturer's points.
It's difficult for me to talk about something like that, but the only thing I know, it was a decision from Toyota.
The discussion we have with Ove Anderson, and he told me if you're leading the rally, you stay leader.
Leg 3's 6 stages were run on the same roads as those of Leg 1. Auriol had been fastest on 4 of those stages, and the early morning saw the Frenchman comfortably defend his lead. Colin McRae had a miserable rally, the Pirellis offering less grip than the Michelins.
Into 6 left and 6 right opens. First a shaft.
His day, though, wouldn't improve.
Can you change one or not? Does there come a point where it's worth continuing?
Very question I'm asking myself at the moment.
Unable to fix the problem, McRae retired.
We've never broken one of these ever.
Sainz, meanwhile, had problems of his own. The puncture-proof mousse failing, dropping him out of the points.
I don't know the explanation. I just come into a right bend, and then suddenly I feel something was going wrong, and then I saw the mousse flying away, and then I have to finish the stage with a flat tire.
Thierry didn't escape either, his Ford arriving at the service area with a sick-sounding engine.
Your face says it all, is that it?
Yeah, that's it, unfortunately. 3 stages to go, and some internal problem. We're not exactly clear what it is, but for sure the engine's been overheating.
And we've lost Juha as well. What happened to him?
I think Juha just slipped a little wide and went into a concrete
look.
parapet and broke the rear suspension. I mean, there's not a lot of damage, but unfortunately he's out of the rally as well.
Gilles Panizzi finished the rally 2nd in Formula 2 and 6th overall. Philippe Bugalski in the sole surviving Citroën took the Formula 2 honours and finished 5th overall. Richard Burns was 4th on only his 2nd attempt at the Rally Catalunya, 1 place behind his teammate Mäkinen, who'd been battling with Loix for 2nd all afternoon, but lost out to finish 3rd after the Belgian set 2 fastest stage times.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, huh? Mr. Loix. Good bezig, Loix, and good bezig.
Auriol and Girardet, though, took a dominant victory, their first since 1995.
I just proved now that when it's everything fine, I can still in a fight for victory, so I am very pleased.
Yeah. Good job, Didier. Very nice done. Nicely done.
53.9 seconds Auriol's winning margin, and a Toyota 1-2, with the new Mitsubishi making a strong debut to finish in 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
With Sainz and Kankinen failing to score, the drivers' series looked a little different. Sainz still led, but Burns was now 2nd ahead of Kankinen, while Mitsubishi led Toyota by 1 point, with Ford and Subaru trailing.
Oh my, yeah, it's really changed, huh? So all veranderd, huh? Next one is the Corsica.
The picturesque island of Corsica was the setting for the Rally of France, round 6 of the FIA World Rally Championship. Leg 1's 6 stages looped around Corsica's capital, Ajaccio. Fastest on stage 1 was the Subaru of Colin McRae. The Scotsman had found Catalunya difficult, but with a new tyre from Pirelli and damp conditions, he was back on form. The start of Bruno Thierry's rally, though, didn't go quite so well.
We had a spin on the first bend in the 3rd stage. After 100 meters, I went off, and impossible to find the reverse gear, because with this sequential gear I was a little bit under pressure, nervous, and lost a little bit of time.
Piero Liatti and Fabrizio Pons would also have a frustrating morning and would be 12th going into the afternoon.
Look out.
On stage 2, Tommy Mäkinen took the lead. The new Evo 5 had made a promising start in Spain, and the Finn was immediately on the pace. Sainz, too, had a good start to the day, setting the 2nd fastest time on the leg's 1st stage. Didier Auriol's won the rally 6 times, but was off the pace in 6th place. Richard Burns made a cautious start to his first Tour de Course and was 8th quickest at the end of the day.
Flat left over crest and flat left, 80, easy right plus. 60.
But again, the Formula 2 cars were a force to be reckoned with. Francois Delacour led the charge, whilst his teammate Panizzi finished the day in 7th place. After Catalonia, the Citroens had been expected to shine, but they struggled in the day's changeable conditions. The weather deteriorated in the afternoon. Torrential rain was now falling, and Mäkinen lost his lead to Sainz after water affected his engine's management system.
It was quite heavy rain, so it's maybe really cold that some water dropped down in the rain.
The result was an early bath for the Finn, but the conditions were still bad for the spectators and the drivers.
Look at that.
Bruno Thierry managed to stay on the road to finish the leg in 5th. Carlos Sainz was quickest on stage 3 to end the day in 4th. Piero Liatti had been fastest on all of the last 3 of the day's stages and had leapt into 3rd place, while a sensational run in the wet by Formula 2 driver Francois Delacour placed him 2nd overall.
I've done also so many tests on the wet condition, and the car seems so easy, and I love to drive the car on the wet condition.
But the leader was Colin McRae, putting the Subaru back in front.
He's going for the pole, huh?
We just got it right in this sort of weather. You do your best to try and find out what the situation is with the weather, but you know there is a bit of luck involved, whether it stops raining or starts raining again, and we got it right.
Drier conditions were forecast for the second leg's 6 stages, which were run in the mountains around Corte, using stages which hadn't been run for several years. McRae started day 2 with a charge, setting the fastest time on both of the first 2 stages, extending his lead to almost 40 seconds.
Ja, dat is wel genoeg, ja. 40 seconden.
Carlos Sainz started the day well, but the Spaniard was forced to stop between stages 6 and 7 with a persistent misfire.
From the throttle body, yes, I have the... Can I put back this plug connection?
A solution was found and the car charged into service.
There was a small failure on one of the, I think, the turbo fresh air systems, and it just meant that in the road position he had a misfire. As you can hear, it's gone now.
It
was just a valve had broken.
It's okay now. Hij gaat terug.
Not been able to restart.
Restart he did, and the Toyota was second fastest on the next stage, moving into 3rd place.
60. Fast left, minus.
Oh shit.
Richard Burns had damaged the suspension in that incident, and although it hadn't cost him much time, he'd now have to tackle the longest stage of the rally before he reached his service crew. The puncture was easily fixed, but the other damage needed advice over the radio.
Yes, Richard Bernard. The bottom arm is bent and it's been flexing and it's nearly snapped.
Kankinen's Escort caught the Mitsubishi on that stage.
Half a kilometre from the end of the stage, the bottom arm just snapped, and that was 50 kilometres away from here, so we had no chance. We tried to strap it so that we wouldn't move around, but it was impossible.
Burns' rally was over. Juha Kankinen was also struggling.
Why haven't you been able to really get to grips with this rally, and possibly even Catalonia as well, which was also tarmacked?
Just maybe getting too old and not so good on tarmac.
Delacour was good on tarmac and finished the day 4th, despite the conditions being tough for the Peugeot.
Today it was very, very difficult for two-wheel drive. We had some wet condition, and sometimes we were on slick, sometimes we were on intermediate tire on the dry condition. Then I think it's our position is normal.
Liatti posted the fastest time on the day's last stage to finish 3rd, whilst Sainz posted 2 fastest stage times to finish 2nd.
Colin is quite well ahead. Liatti very close to me. We have to see tomorrow what are the conditions, how everything goes. Everything possible.
Anything may be possible, but Colin McRae had been quick all day and ended the leg with a lead of over 47 seconds.
Yeah, it's a good lead.
30, 3 left. left plus light narrows into long 6 right minus and 3 right.
After 2 miserable days, the sun came out and dry asphalt was the order of the day. Leg 3 was an exact repeat of Leg 1, taking the cruise into the mountains around Propriano. The day's first stage saw the retirement of Philippe Bogalski, the Frenchman forced to park the Citroën Zara with suspension damage. Problems were also in store for Sainz on stage 15.
Cesar, per izquierda que en cuarta, Cesar mucho, per derecha bona más corta, abrirse 1, derecha bona más ojos de tierra.
The puncture cost him any hopes he had of a podium finish.
Yeah, too bad, but yeah.
Well, we took the risk to go without the ATS and we got the puncture, that's all.
What benefit could there have been running without the Moose?
Always it's a little bit faster.
On stage 14, Carlos's teammates suffered from a lack of turbo boost.
We lose suddenly the power. In the road section, we find the problem, and there are some, I don't know how you call, for Titan, and it's gone, it's broken.
Clips, yeah.
Clips, it's broken. So the hair pass away and no power.
Didier, though, recovered to finish the rally in 6th place. Thierry was fastest on 3 of the first 4 stages and looked to be heading for the podium until...
Oh boy. Until what? What happens? Oh, that... Oh.
Ok, vas-y, première. Vas-y, fonce le pied, c'est rien. Gauche 30
Oh,
plus,
okay.
long droite 30, allez, long droite.
Go,
5th then for the Belgian, and 4th place went to Panizzi in the Peugeot 306. But the battle was on for 2nd between Delacour and Liati. Francois Delacour and Daniel Grataloup in the 2-wheel drive Peugeot versus Piero Liati and Fabrizio Pons in the 4-wheel drive Subaru.
Francois, Piero says he can't go any faster. Can you?
No, I can't, but maybe it's possible to catch him.
Liati and Pons set off on the final stage with an 8-second advantage, but could only set the 5th fastest time.
In sinistra 2, inter destra 2, lunga pieni.
It wasn't enough. Delacour set the 2nd quickest time for the stage and took 2nd place on the rally at the very last moment. Colin McRae knew he only had to keep the Subaru on the road to take the victory.
Left over crest, okay.
Oh wow, he's got it. Good victory, Colin.
Cheers, mate. Spot on.
McRae arrived at the final service area to the applause of his mechanics.
After Spain we weren't so confident as we would normally have been, but yeah, I was fairly confident. The testing was very good and the car felt good.
This was the 2nd successive win in Corsica for McRae and Nicky Grist. Their winning margin was 27.2 seconds, with Delacour, Liati, Panizzi, Thierry and Oriol rounding off the point scorers. The win moved McRae into the lead of the Drivers' Championship, with Sainz in 2nd and Burns in 3rd, while in the series for manufacturers, Subaru leapt to the top with a 3-point lead over Mitsubishi and Toyota.
Again, it changed so quickly, so... Amai, zo snel veranderd alweer, hè? Eens even zien, okay, Argentina now.
Round 7, Rally Argentina began with a unique spectacle, a super special stage featuring 3 cars together.
Whoa, there he goes. Whoa.
It provided thrills and spills for the thousands of spectators. Leg 1 took the competitors north of the host city, Cordoba, and it was Colin McRae that led the way after finishing 1st in the Super Special. The Scotsman still led after stage 2. But Didier Oriol set the pace on the 3rd stage and took over at the head of the leaderboard. It was Mäkinen's turn next, setting the fastest time on stage 4 to lead by under a second. Juha Kankinen was also in touch with the leaders, despite running on only 2 cylinders, after water found its way into the electrics.
Oh yeah.
Sainz was 5th after leg 1 on the 100th World Championship event for his co-driver Lewis Moyer.
Para izquierda rápida más, para derecha menos se cierra poco, 3. Con fe, derecha rápida menos, poco tarde se cierra y se cierra más, ras.
After losing time early on, Richard Burns pushed hard in the Mitsubishi to climb into the top 6, while a frustrating start for Liati left him unable to find a rhythm or a place in the point-scoring positions.
Oh shit, what? Whoa. Whoa.
After running third earlier in the day, Bruno Thierry's rally was to come to a disappointing end when he lost power on the penultimate stage of the leg and had no option but to retire.
That's over.
Finito.
Finito, yeah.
He got to the end of stage 8, but with no oil pressure. So, and it's obviously the engine's dumped the oil out, so can't continue really.
The South American spectators know how to make the most of the occasion, and many were there giving their support to the spectacular driving of Colin McRae, who was quickest on 4 of the 9 stages to end the day in 3rd place.
Yeah, good job.
3 left, 30 clear, 2 right plus over jump, and 2 left tightens.
No less spectacular was the reigning world champion Tommy Mäkinen, quickest on the leg's final stage, a figure of 8 super special. He beat Toyota's Didier Auriol to finish the day first, leaving the Frenchman second overnight.
The stages tomorrow, do they suit you or do they suit Colin and Didier more?
Difficult to say. At least tomorrow's stages I like very much.
Mist hung over the mountaintops as Leg 2's 8 stages began. All were to the west of Cordoba, and the cars had to complete 138 kilometres on tough gravel roads. Despite being 3rd quickest on the first 2 stages, Auriol had slipped to 3rd when his engine gave up.
Yep, that's over.
We finished left corner in 3rd gear. I put 4 and I listened a noise, poof, and then no more engine.
Yep.
McRae was moving up the order after setting fastest times on 2 of the first 3 stages to take the lead off Mäkinen after the long stage 13.
Colin, stage 13 was traditionally always Tommy's stage, not though this year.
No, it's nice to beat him.
No, he did very well. I was so surprised his time because I did also excellent drive, no mistakes at all, and he was still 2 seconds faster.
On stages on which Mäkinen usually excelled, the Mitsubishi man was showing signs the pressure was getting to him, one moment costing him valuable seconds.
Oh yeah, one of those stages, yeah. Whoa.
Mäkinen was lucky to escape unscathed, unlike McRae on stage 15.
Not easy stages. Even on Dirt Rally 2.0, they are very difficult. Oh, like that. Yeah, listen to me, Colin. Oh.
What's that? And 2 right plus opens. What have we done? Broken a shocker.
Oh yeah, clearly, yeah.
But the Impreza still had 2 stages to do before reaching service.
The wheel then? Yeah, it's caught in the wheel arch. Just over a crest and a big rock in the road. There was nothing to do. I mean, you couldn't avoid it, just went straight over it and it's bent to bottom arm.
They couldn't remove the wheel, but had an amazing plan. Drive on the damaged suspension until the tyre blew up. It worked.
Voila.
Listen, this car, we can't put the spare wheel on because the link is bent that bad. We can't straighten it.
Before they could change the wheel, they needed to straighten the track control arm, and the experts they consulted recommended that they use their initiative.
Not completely, but...
Yep. Yeah!
The rough treatment worked, and the pair made it to the next control with seconds to spare. They picked up 2.5 minutes of time penalties, which dropped them to 5th place, but they were at least still in the rally. Incredibly, they set the quickest time on the next stage.
Yep, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All I can say is I'm incredibly impressed by what he did. How he did it, I don't know. We all assumed when we saw the car drive past on the road, we thought, you know, being realistic, that's the end of it. And when he came back on the radio and said he'd managed to take it off, straighten it, and put it back on, we just speechless. You know, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
McRae's drama had elevated Burns to 4th place, which is where he would end the day. Ahead of the Mitsubishi was the Toyota of Carlos Sainz, who had his sights set on snatching second off Juha Kankkunen, less than 10 seconds ahead.
Just 8 seconds in it tonight. Can you catch him tomorrow?
We'll see. It's an old battle already. I think we have been many times fighting, and we'll see what's happened tomorrow.
Interesting fight with Carlos, and still the gap is about the same to Tommy, so the speed has been all right today.
But it was now Tommy Mäkinen who led by nearly a minute.
Of course they are fighting hard together, and it means that still I need to go flat out, that I can follow what they are doing.
Leg 3's 6 stages lay to the south of Cordoba. Liati was never quite on the pace and finished the rally 6th, while teammate Colin McRae was quickest on 5 of the day's 6 stages, but failed to improve on 5th.
Into 4 right minus, tightens. Me into 5 left plus, and 3 right plus opens.
Richard Burns held off the challenge from the Subaru to hang on to 4th place. The epic battle of leg 3, though, was for 2nd.
De fondo, 2. Zona rápida, derecha rápido con cruz, izquierda poco y ras.
Kankkunen and Sainz battled all day long until, with 1 stage left, Sainz had a 2-second advantage.
Fast right and long fast left.
You had damage to the back of the car. What happened?
Is it? Then must have been that something.
I think anything can happen.
Well,
I can be a little bit in front, or I can be a little bit.
3, 2, 1, go, 200.
Kankkunen's commitment on that final stage was total.
No.
But Sainz too badly wanted the extra points.
Para izquierda rápido, Juan Cierra, salta fin. Acaba rasante, Sasar, para Santos de Segura, más quinta, tira poco. Para izquierda, los quinta, tira ras, roderas, para lo corto.
Juha was the first to arrive at the stage finish, and the strain showed.
Juha, only time will tell, but do you think it was enough?
I don't know, it was 8 seconds faster than the first time, so we will see.
The Toyota management was glued to the radio for Sainz's time.
No.
If Carlos was faster, I must say that good driving.
Carlos arrived soon afterwards.
No.
Which position, Carlos?
We don't know yet. We have to wait and see. I think it's very similar. With our watch, we have won by 0.8 of a second, but we don't know yet.
Sainz had indeed finished 2nd, but the gap was closer than even he'd realised. 0.7 of a second, an amazing result.
Jesus.
For Tommy Mäkinen, victory in Argentina is becoming a habit. A steady drive on the final leg allowed him to win the event for the 3rd successive year. More importantly, his title chase was back on track.
Good job.
26.8 seconds Mäkinen's winning margin, with confirmation that Sainz and Kankkunen were just 0.7 of a second apart.
Yeah, look at that.
The result in Argentina restores Sainz to the lead in the Drivers' Series ahead of McRae, with Mäkinen in 3rd and Burns in 4th. In the Manufacturers' Championship, Mitsubishi's moved ahead of Toyota and Subaru, with Ford in 4th place.
That's also another exciting year, hè? Weer als een interessant jaar natuurlijk.
Round 8, the Acropolis Rally, takes its name from the ancient monument which dominates the Athens skyline.
Yes,
the Greek Rally is one of the classic events in the
Acropolis.
championship, and Leg 1's 7 stages took the cruise from the capital city, Athens, up into the hills and on to Delphi. It's known as one of the toughest rallies on the calendar, as Tommy Mäkinen explained.
I think this year you can't win here if you are not fast enough, and of course you always need some luck as well when you try to go flat out.
Unfortunately for Tommy, his luck didn't hold out, and just 4 kilometres into the first stage, the Mitsubishi ground to a halt. 35 minutes were lost as he frantically radioed the team for advice.
When Tommy presses the starter button, can you hear a relay clicking? Completely quiet. It's nothing. It's like completely dead.
The world champion became the event's first casualty.
I have Kankkunen. Everybody.
I don't know what happened. It doesn't. Just lost the electric.
Bruno Thierry had a fantastic start to lead the rally before it all went wrong.
Qu'est-ce que je fais de mal, moi? Ouais, rien, traverse pas, c'est pas toi, attends.
Engine dead.
Tu sais me passer le téléphone?
Why my engine? Not Mr. Kankunen. Always my engine.
Engine failure forcing Thierry out for the second time in as many events.
Yeah, so bad.
McRae set the second quickest time on the first stage and lay second, 5 seconds behind Burns after stage 5. Oriol set the fastest time on 6 to move up into third place after that section. Piero Liati was back on the pace in the second Subaru and challenging the leaders.
Whoa, shit, whoa!
Juha Kankkunen and Juha Repo were 5th, Thierry's retirement putting extra pressure on the two Finns for a good result.
Oh shit.
Sainz finished the day only 7th, but was relieved not to be first on the road for leg 2.
I mean, if you are running like myself today in first car in the road, I know some stages I will pay a lot of time. When I mean a lot, it's half a second a kilometer, even more. You have to be cool, you have to know that it's going to happen, you have to prepare yourself to accept that, and tomorrow try to catch up when you are running in the back.
Carlos's teammate Didier Auriol set the fastest time on the day's penultimate stage, and the Frenchman was in 3rd place at the end of leg 1. Ahead of the Toyota lay the Subaru of McRae.
Come on! Oh, not too far. Yeah, that's a mistake I also make a lot of times at
But the rally leaders were Richard Burns and co-driver Robert Reid. Fastest on the day's last stage, the Mitsubishi would run first on the road on leg 2.
My plan at the start of today was to push really quite hard all the way because I thought we had a good position on the road, a little bit cleaner, but not too many rocks pulled out, and it's proved like that.
The mountains around Gravia would provide a spectacular backdrop to leg 2's 5 stages, which took the crews north from Delphi, producing unique problems for the drivers and teams.
I think this is the toughest European rally for sure. It is very hot, very rough, a lot of rocks. Very difficult for the car, for the tires, for the drivers, for everybody.
Yeah.
The crucial thing on a complex rally is that you have as long a travel on your suspension as possible, and obviously you increase the ride height probably 15-20 millimeters over a conventional 1000X type rally.
It's a very punishing rally, and the suspension takes a lot of punishment here, and it's our job to try and give them a car which will give them good handling, but also stay in one piece.
No.
First on the road, Burns was struggling, losing 18 seconds and the lead on the first stage.
Ja, zo maar.
In just 3 stages, Burns dropped from 1st to 5th.
150.
Yeah, that's not good at all, huh?
He'd end the day over 43 seconds behind the leader.
Our tyres are virtually down to nothing after those 2 stages. We've got literally 2 bull tyres on the front trying to clean the road. It's impossible.
Piero Liati started the day on a charge, setting the second quickest time on stage 8 and moving up to 3rd. But a spin on stage 9 cost him time, and he dropped to 6th overnight.
Okay, that was a...
Carlos Sainz fought back on the second leg, setting 3 fastest stage times to finish the day in 4th place. Kankkunen was 3rd, once again involved in a battle with Sainz. The Ford was 2nd fastest on 3 stages, and the pair would start the final day only 2.5 seconds apart. McRae led earlier in the day, but was happy enough in 2nd place.
If you look at Richard, he's dropped quite a way back, and we've managed to keep almost there. So it's a good position for tomorrow.
It was now Didier Auriol who led, despite not having won a stage all day.
Come on, Didier, you can do it.
For driver, nearly 15 seconds, something like that. So, you know, everything can happen.
Auriol would lead the crews away from Delphi at the start of leg 3. Starting first had cost Burns dear, but the loose gravel had all gone. Leg 3, an exact repeat of leg 2. Sainz snatched third from Kankkunen on stage 13, the day's first, but on the second he suffered problems.
6-7 kilometers in the second stage, I lost completely the power steering, and then it was impossible to drive. It was very, very hard.
Kankkunen suffered 2 punctures on stage 14, but Sainz's difficulties meant third was Juha's once again.
100. Long easy left 50. Long fast right.
Both rear tires, the tread completely came off, and just on the rims the last 5Ks. So
that's one.
Lost half a minute.
In the battle for first place, Colin McRae's day started badly. He'd been slower than the leader Auriol on the first 2 stages, the Frenchman setting the fastest time on both.
40 mètres. Gauche à fond. Gauche à fond sur piège. Droite à fond frein. Droite 5 plus. Droite à fond frein. Droite 5 plus. Attention gauche 5. Attention plonge.
So why had McRae lost the time?
2 stages down, how did they go?
Not so well. Didier was very quick. Obviously, I think he's using a softer tyre today, and the tyres were worn out at the end of the stage, so he's taken quite an advantage from it.
The next stage, it's very, very hard for the car. It's quite a big stone on the road, so it's not finished, I tell you.
Liati, impressive early in the day, finished 6th after losing 10 minutes in a ditch.
Yeah, that ditch. Damn it, they're so frustrating.
The Subaru driver's mistake allowed Freddie Loix to finish 5th.
Whoa, yeah, he's going.
Sainz recovered from his earlier problems to finish 4th.
Okay, good.
First day leader Burns had a torrid final leg when, halfway through stage 15, the suspension broke.
Big stone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
70. Ready, have a look. Oh, we ain't getting anywhere, are we? No, doesn't look like it.
Retirement for the young Englishman gave Juha Kankkunen a clear run to 3rd position. Auriol began the rally's penultimate stage with a lead of 16 seconds, but after dislodging a circuit breaker and losing time, he knew 2nd was all he could hope for.
Didier, your face says it all. What happened?
Okay, the car stopped in the stage about 30-40 seconds, and it was one connection gone. That's it.
Didier's problem helped Colin McRae to his 2nd Acropolis victory, much to the team's approval.
Yeah, too bad for Didier, but good for Colin, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly 20 seconds McRae's winning margin, with a disappointed Auriol 2nd and Juha Kankkunen 3rd. Sainz, Loix and Liati rounded off the top 6. McRae's win is reflected in the driver's standings. The Scotsman now led Sainz by 5 points, while in the manufacturer's series, Subaru led Toyota by 2 points.
Yeah, my. New Zealand, of course.
The Rally New Zealand was the 9th round of the 1998 FIA World Rally Championship, where the now traditional super special stage at Manukau City provided a muddy curtain raiser. Competitors running side by side, giving the 10,000 strong crowd something to cheer about. With the rally taking place in the middle of New Zealand's winter, torrential rain caused widespread flooding.
Yeah.
Most of Leg 1 stages were to the south of Auckland in the Maramarua forest. First out was Colin McRae, who was fastest on the opening stage and so took an early lead.
6 left right, the long 4 plus.
Hola.
Into 4 right minus tight, long.
Carlos Sainz had been fastest on the Manukau Super Special and was again quickest on stage 3 to retake the lead from McRae. Sainz's Toyota teammate Didier Auriol was in 3rd place, supporting his colleague.
Sur gauche à fond. Sur gauche à fond, plonge. Sur droite à fond. 50 mètres, attention, droite, bon plus, attention, plonge, bon plus, attention, plonge.
Richard Burns, the winner here in '96 when it wasn't a championship round, was also well in touch. Juha Kankkunen won here 12 years ago, but the Ford Escort was now in its last year of competition, and the Finn was struggling. Mitsubishi's Tommy Mäkinen began cautiously. He'd crashed out of his last 3 visits to New Zealand and wasn't taking any chances. Despite his caution, he still made 1 or 2 errors and ended the day in 6th place.
Yeah, small spin.
It was a little bit steady start because I think it is little bit in my mind last 3 years.
Piero Liati was another to struggle to end the day in 9th. The 2 cars Ford had brought to New Zealand were brand new, the last they'd intended to build.
Yeah.
That was until Thierry's accident.
Yep, I remember that. And here we go, Hopla.
I cut a little bit in the grass, but in the grass was a big stone, and I hit with the front left, and I went on 2 wheels, and then no room to control the car, and then the car starts to roll, and we rolled it into the ditch.
Mitsubishi Charisma driver Richard Burns finished the day 4th, 13 seconds adrift of the leader after a trouble-free run. Sainz, who'd swapped the lead with McRae 3 times during the day, was 3rd with 1 stage to go. Didier Auriol set the fastest time on stage 7 and was 2nd at the end of the penultimate stage behind McRae.
Oh yeah.
A spectator breaking his leg.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, it went so fast, you saw that?
Obviously we've asked the organisers to...
Breaking his... was 2nd at the end of the penultimate stage behind
Hopla,
McRae.
there we go.
Hit a spectator breaking his leg.
Yeah, breaking his leg.
One spectator very, very close to the road. Obviously we've asked the organisers to be very careful in these popular spectator areas.
Leg 1's final stage was another super special at Manukau. But more than 24 hours of rain had turned the stage into a sea of mud, and it wasn't just the handling of the cars which was affected. Tactics also came into play on the stage.
137. Wait seconds. Steady, 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 steady.
Yeah,
go now.
Colin, first down to 3rd. Was that a tactical thing at the end of the day, so you're not running first on the road?
Yeah, it was. I reckon it's better losing sort of 4 seconds and being 3rd in the road than 1st. So we'll see if it works tomorrow.
My only problem is I don't know absolutely the stage, and if I would like to see the line of the another in front of me, but okay, now it's like that. We try the best tomorrow, and we see tomorrow.
Leg 2 was run to the north of Auckland and originally consisted of 10 stages looping around Monkataroto. But due to the relentless rainfall, 2 stages had to be cancelled. 2nd fastest on the day's opening stage, Auriol was quickest on the next.
Sur gauche à fond, plonge. Gauche à fond, plonge. Sur piège, léger gauche à fond sur Dodan. Sur attention, gauche bon, attention, glisse. Gauche bon, attention, glisse derrière.
Teammate Sainz fought back on the 3rd, clawing back exactly a second. The rain seemed to suit Richard Burns, who was 2nd fastest on stage 12 and equal quickest on 13, moving him ahead of McRae, who lost 10 seconds after a spin on stage 12.
And 6 left and 5 right, tightens cut. 30.
Easy now. Shit. Aye, aye. Some damage, huh?
But there'd be more problems for McRae.
Oh yeah, now I remember. He's going. Ouch. Oh, yep.
6 right and 70. Slow 4 right line.
Colin had damaged his steering, was unhappy with the setup and ended the day in 4th place. The Subaru's problems meant that Burns could edge away. The Englishman would end the leg almost 10 seconds ahead of the Scot.
Minus 30 braking, here medium right plus, right onto narrow bridge, quarter, 50, K left plus, 20.
But Toyota Corollas still held the top 2 places. Sainz had been fastest on 3 of the day's stages and was in 2nd place, while a determined Oriol had been quickest on 4 and so would start the final day in the lead, 30 seconds ahead of Carlos, with the Spaniard a further 14 ahead of Burns.
Oh yeah, so sideways. Okay.
We have to push hard because Richard is just behind us and Colin is also very close. So.
No, I have pushed quite hard, you know, because I see that I can arrive to catch a little bit today. So I say, okay, we need to try to do something today. We don't know what happened tomorrow. So.
After 2 days of rain, at last the sun was shining. Leg 3 consisted of 7 stages to the south of Auckland. Oriol set off into the first of those stages at 48 kilometres, the longest of the event. But Didier lost 40 seconds and the lead when he spun.
Oh yeah, that. There we go. The spin is not that bad, but he's stuck and there was almost nobody there, so... Yeah, that's too bad.
We stop one wheel in the really muddy. And the car don't want to move after when I start again the engine. So we need to wait some spectator, and so we lose about 1 minute.
Richard Burns also discovered that the stage demanded respect when it ruined his point-scoring chances.
I just clipped the inside of a corner. There was a lot of roadworks and some places you can cut across, and I tried to, and it just hit the inside and rolled over. But there was nobody there. We had to run and find some people to get the car back on its wheels. It took a long time.
Colin McRae, meanwhile, set the fastest time on the stage, but his luck changed when the stage was repeated.
And 6 left minus, narrows, keep out, and believe it. And 6 left minus, what? Puncture.
The puncture cost the Scot 3 minutes, which dropped him from 3rd to 5th.
Yeah, I see that.
Sainz benefited from Oriol's problem and was leading after the 2nd stage of the day. Going into the final few stages of the rally, Liati struggled to match the time set by the leaders, but still managed to score a point for Subaru, finishing 6th, while McRae never recovered the time lost to the puncture and finished 5th. Juha Kankkunen, in the sole remaining escort, ended the rally in 4th place. Tommi Mäkinen was 3rd, this spin the only error of the final day, and so Tommy could finally lay the ghosts of the Rally New Zealand to rest.
Good.
With no team orders, the battle was on for 1st place between Sainz and Oriol. Sainz was 1.5 seconds faster than Oriol on the penultimate stage, and so Didier would need to be 2.2 seconds quicker than Carlos on the last to win.
Quite lot of gravel. So too dry now.
The Spaniard was again faster, giving him a record-breaking victory.
Carlos, have you won?
I think so.
Congratulations, it's your 22nd win. No drivers managed that number of World Championship wins. How does it feel?
Very good. Really good. I think it has been fantastic rally, but well, I'm very happy.
Carlos Sainz has now won the New Zealand Rally 4 times, but with 9 rounds completed, this was only his 2nd win of the season.
Yeah.
Oriol finished 4.1 seconds behind his teammate to give Toyota their 2nd 1-2 of the season, with Mäkinen, Kankkunen and McRae rounding off the top 5. The result restored Sainz to the head of the Drivers' Championship leaderboard, with McRae 3 points behind and Mäkinen 10 points adrift in 3rd, whilst Toyota led the manufacturers once again ahead of Subaru, Mitsubishi and Ford.
Oh, okay. Man, next one. Finland. Yeah.
The Neste Rally Finland was the 10th round of the World Championship and home event for the reigning champion, Tommi Mäkinen.
At the moment for me it's such important to try to win it, because otherwise World Championship title would be very difficult.
Leg 1 consisted of 9 stages running north of the host town Jyväskylä, and with heavy rain falling, conditions would be very demanding. Mäkinen had a good start over the jumps, posting the 3rd quickest time for stage 1 and the 2nd fastest on 2. Sainz was quicker though, fastest on one and leading the rally after the second. After this mistake, Colin McRae went on to be quickest on stages 2 and 3 to move into 4th place.
Oh my.
But there was worse news for his Finnish teammate, Jarmo Kutuleito, who lost 2.5 minutes after sliding wide into a ditch and finishing the day outside the top 10.
Nice. Good back to the guy, huh? Whoa.
Juha Kankkunen, competing on stages just a few kilometres from his hometown, was equal second after stage 2. Whilst another local, Marcus Gronholm, driving for the Toyota team, was also in the hunt, posting the quickest time on stage 4. Not to be upstaged, his teammate Didier Auriol was quickest on stage 5. Richard Burns, here for the first time, was pleased with his times over the early stages. But Ford's Bruno Thierry was finding it more difficult to cope.
Et gauche 25 points. Oh, Bruno. Oh là 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 là.
It's a difficult rally for me at the moment. I am a little bit under tension and I'm not driving very well.
Colin McRae's hopes of a point-scoring finish came to a premature end during stage 4, when his Impreza slid wide under braking and hit a tree, damaging the suspension.
Oh, yeah. Ay.
He managed to reach the end of the stage, but the Scotsman's rally was over.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
At the end of the day, I mean, we've lost 3.5 minutes, and I mean, 3.5 minutes in 1,000 legs is like about 4 days.
Went a bit wide in braking and into a junction and got caught out in the water in the aquaplane, but when it wasn't going too quick, I would have done the same again if, it was just unfortunate.
Being quickest on stage 7 helped Marcus Gronholm to 4th place by the end of the leg. Juha Kankkunen was pushing hard and was happy to be 3rd, only 10 seconds behind the leader.
Oh yeah.
50 long fast left over crest, keep in 50, long fast right, fast left to crest 120, flat left over crest 70.
Carlos Sainz had kept up a good pace all day and set 2 fastest stage times to finish the leg in 2nd place, only 7 seconds behind the leader, Tommi Mäkinen.
Difficult condition today on the stages because it was raining so much, and I think everybody has made some little mistakes. At least I did. Already on the first stage I went off a little bit and lost a few seconds.
With more rain forecast for leg 2, it would easily be the toughest of the event, as the crews competed over 9 stages southwest of Jyväskylä. Loyal fans, though, endured the conditions, as Tommi Mäkinen went quickest on stages 10 and 11, the first 2 of the day. Sainz couldn't match the Finn and was now 14 seconds adrift.
Para izquierda rápida, abrirse 1, derecha izquierda rápido con sexta, con rasante, poco tarde se cierra, para 1. Atención, rasante derecha rápido, ojo corta, para izquierda que corta.
Gronholm was quickest on stage 12, which moved him up to 3rd on the leaderboard.
All right.
Kankkunen was next and responded by setting the fastest time on the next stage.
The turn 90 left to crest. 120.
3 stages this morning, how were they?
Wet.
Gronholm's excellent run came to an end when he suffered a series of problems. The first wasn't too costly. But another later on had more serious consequences and kept the Finn outside the top 6.
Oh yeah, that's
a tremendous disappointment for the Toyota driver after his earlier pace.
Just before the very bad left, the wheel was going under and I went straight off. And we was down in the deep ditch, so I couldn't come up, and we need a lot of spectators.
The new Seat World Rally car made its debut at the Finnish rally in the hands of Spain's Oriol Gomez and his Finnish teammate Harry Rovanperä, who did well to recover after going off on stage 11.
Oh shit. Whoa!
Rovanperä went off at the same place as Gronholm, but lost far more time. Yet more time was lost on stage 17 with a broken wheel. Following Gronholm's problems, Didier Auriol moved up a place to 4th. Juha Kankkunen retained 3rd place after a day-long battle with his old sparring partner Carlos Sainz, who set 2 fastest stage times in pursuit of his championship rival Tommi Mäkinen.
Still touch with Carlos and I try again tomorrow.
I think I have to try to stay in front of Juha and we'll see. It's still not finished.
Tommi posted 4 quickest stage times to end the leg with a clear lead of over 34 seconds.
Oikein yli 8. Hyppy ja helppo vasen ylös. Ja huomio. Pitkä nyppy.
That's a fast rally, yeah. Even in the game, Dirt Rally 2.0, it's so fast.
Very good. I'm very happy it went very well. It was excellent lines and no braking at all if not necessary. And it was 120%.
Conditions improved for the 3rd leg, which saw drivers complete 6 more stages. There were early problems for Rovanperä, who gave the Seat 12th place on its debut, but the unfortunate Gomez was less lucky. He retired 3 stages from the end.
Yeah, I see that.
Because the car it's not so bad. We need more power. We need change many things, but the car has a very good base. And the next race maybe we can do more good times.
Yeah, Toyota Team Sweden driver Thomas Rodström scored his first point of the season, finishing in 6th place overall. Britain's Richard Burns was happy with 5th place at his first attempt at this notoriously difficult rally.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Didier Auriol overcame that last stage drama to bring the Corolla home in 4th place. Juha Kankkunen, meanwhile, launched a determined attack on the final leg, but finished 3rd.
And easy left and fast right opens to keep right over jump. 70, long bad left.
2nd place went to Carlos Sainz.
I think I'm quite happy because Finland is not easy. Even to be 2nd, it's a good result and it's good for the championship. I'm pleased.
But the rally victory went to Tommi Mäkinen.
Yep, okay. That's good, good for Tommi.
The Finn established a new record by winning the event for a 5th consecutive time.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic result. Brilliant. Just what we did. It's important to win, but more important for me at the moment is thinking about World Championship round and thinking about to gain again 3rd title if possible.
That win would certainly help Tommy's championship fight. In the end, Mäkinen won by over 35 seconds from Sainz, who was just 10 seconds ahead of Kankkunen. Auriol, Burns and Rodström completed the top 6. Sainz now led the Drivers' Championship by 9 points, with Mäkinen and McRae sharing 2nd place. In the Manufacturers' Series, Toyota had an 11-point lead over Mitsubishi.
Yeah. San Remo. Okay.
The Rally San Remo was the 3rd and final all-asphalt rally of the year, and despite the sunshine over northern Italy, the event needs to be treated with respect. Sainz had an embarrassing start when he stalled off the start ramp.
Oops, sure.
Leg 1 consisted of 8 stages in the mountains north of the host town, and with the locals out to support their Italian stars, Liati didn't disappoint, posting the fastest time on stage 1. Mäkinen, though, was 2nd quickest on that stage and fastest on the next to take an early lead. Sainz was also in the chase, and on stage 5 he moved up to 3rd. But fellow championship contender Colin McRae had problems.
4 right plus into slow 3 right tightens maybe. Is it inflating? Slowly. And 6 left.
This spectacular puncture dropped McRae down the leaderboard, and the Scotsman would finish the day in 9th place.
Yeah, that's not good, of course. Huh?
Didier Auriol's won the event 3 times and was up to 4th place early on. Bruno Thierry is a tarmac specialist. He and Stéphane Prévost was 6th.
5:40. Épingle droite 40 tard. Sur épingle gauche 40.
Kankinen, on the other hand, isn't happy on asphalt and was outside the top 10. So too was Richard Burns, tackling the event for the first time. Persia were dominating Formula 2. Francois Delacour was 5th overall at the end of the day, while Gilles Panizzi was 8th. Citroën were also doing well, Philippe Bugalski in 7th. Sanremo was the first all-asphalt rally for Seat's new World Rally car, and they were having early problems.
Whoa, shit, man. I was expecting that. Oh.
Harry Rovanperä was clearly going no further. Warning other drivers of the hazard, the Finn was unhappy to be the rally's first major retirement.
Yeah, that's...
Sainz dropped from 3rd to 4th after choosing the wrong tyres, whilst his teammate Auriol moved ahead of him to end the leg in 3rd place.
Sur gauche à fond, sur droite à fond, sur gauche à fond, rail, frein, sur attention droite, 5 pieds d'attention. 5 pieds d'attention.
Liati'd been fastest on 3 of the day's stages and was 2nd.
Feeling is good. I think is 90%. 90%. Yeah.
So you can go faster?
Yes, yes.
He'd have to catch the rally leader Tommi Mäkinen, who'd also been fastest on 3 of the day's stages.
It's been quite a good day, no problems so far, and I've been just my concentration as high as possible.
Leg 2 would consist of 10 stages, well to the east of the host town and very different in character to those of Leg 1. Mäkinen lost 2 seconds to Liati on stage 9, but the Italian would soon fall further behind.
E destra 5, e per destra e sinistra 2 più.
Oh shit. Oh.
Cazzo, dov'era la...
But Liati's waywardness didn't slow him too much, and he stayed 2nd behind Mäkinen.
Oh, not too much damage, that's something that's good, huh?
McRae and Grist desperately needed to do well, but their day started badly.
2 right tightens.
Yeah.
50. 2 left minus tightens.
The narrow roads, combined with the unforgiving rock face, conspired to end Auriol's challenge for a 4th win.
5 attention, gauche à droite, 5 attention, 5 attention. Sur gauche à fond.
Oh yeah.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a à l'intérieur? C'est rien. C'est fini là.
C'est fini, yeah, it's over.
One corner I have just cut a little bit and I don't see a big stone. And I take the stone and just try to stop the car, but the wheel was...
Kankinen was slower than his teammate, but worse was to follow.
The fast left tightens to long medium left. Caution, keep right over 40.
Oh yeah, he's going. Wow.
It's quite good clean sometimes, but sometimes you have a little bit off the line and the rear snapped over.
Overheating was how Juha described the problem to the team on the radio.
Yeah.
After his cautious start to the rally, Burns moved up a gear and was fastest on stage 9 and 2nd quickest on 10 and 11 to move up to 5th. Sainz was now coming under pressure from McRae, and the Spaniard had a couple of problems. Always at his most dangerous when fighting back, McRae snatched 3rd place on the day's penultimate stage despite suffering a puncture, whilst his teammate Piero Liati completed the day 28 seconds behind the rally leader. Tommi Mäkinen, quickest on the last 3 stages of the day, was first overnight, and with a chance to rest, the drivers could reflect on the day's action.
Carlos, how would you sum up today?
Obviously not not the best, but I think we have been pushing very hard, trying to keep the pace, but it wasn't possible.
We couldn't have hoped for a better position today, apart from leading the rally, and there's no way that was going to happen unless Tommy and Piero had a problem, so it's very good.
The spectators were more than happy with Liati's performance.
The gap is too big, 28 seconds is a lot.
Half a minute it's a long way in this rally. If the weather is similar as it's been dry weather, I think tomorrow it's impossible to do anything.
Tomorrow maximum speed, and then I don't know.
Like the opening day, leg 3 would be fought out in the hills above San Remo. 6 stages over twisty, demanding tarmac with some stunning scenery.
Yeah, you see that? Beautiful, huh?
Fifth-placed Richard Burns had electrical problems on the first stage.
90 right minus, long.
We couldn't solve it before the stage, and during the first one, the car stopped like 4 or 5 times, and
that's not helping, I'm afraid.
We lost 2 minutes.
As a result, Bruno Thierry's Ford Escort inherited 5th, although he couldn't hold on to the position, losing it to Panizzi in the Peugeot 306 after the Frenchman was quickest on 4 of the day's stages.
Yeah, he's going. Come on.
Toyota driver Carlos Sainz was on the attack, chasing the Subaru of Colin McRae all day, and it was working. The Scotsman was losing time to the Spaniard.
It's just not flowing. Nothing really wrong. We're going to change some settings in the car just a bit, but just really can't get in the groove.
At the moment everything goes well, but still not finished.
Para derecha buena más, poco tal de tierra a fondo. Para izquierda rápido, para izquierda poco. Para derecha caleta corta, frenando mucho. Para izquierda medio de tierra.
On the rally's final stage, Carlos gave it everything, and he was quick, making for tense times in the Subaru service area. Colin couldn't afford to be more than 3 seconds slower.
6 left, into right and 1 left tightens.
McRae was 1.4 seconds slower than Sainz, but it was enough to secure 3rd place.
And after the first day, the championship looked like it was going to be a bit of a disaster, but to get 3rd after what happened, I think it was all we could have hoped for.
There was still the first place battle to resolve, but Liati, starting the last stage 20 seconds behind, settled for 2nd, which left Tommy Mäkinen to take his and Mitsubishi's first win on the San Remo rally.
Yeah, good job. It's very important victory. Very important. Hey.
It's very good situation. I'm very happy for that. We are going to Australia, which is one of the favorite rally for me. I'm looking forward.
His bid for the championship resurrected. Tommy Mäkinen had a lot to celebrate. Confirmation of the result after an amazing final day. This was only Mäkinen's 2nd victory on an all-tarmac rally, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Finn. Sainz still led the Drivers' Series, but the gap was now down to 2 points, and McRae was still in with a chance. In the Manufacturers' Championship, Mitsubishi closed to within 4 points of Toyota.
Yeah, it's very close. It's going to be a lot closer, huh? Here,
the 12th round of the FIA World Rally Championship took the crews to Australia.
Into 6 left, 50.
Apart from 2 super specials at Langley Park, Leg 1 stages were all run in the forestry plantations east of Perth. Fastest on stage 3 moved Richard Burns into the rally lead.
80 left max, 60 flat right plus and right max, 150.
5th after stage 2, Didier Auriol was 2nd after the 3rd stage. Teammate Carlos Sainz, the early leader, was now down to third. Winner of the opening super special stage, McRae suffered suspension problems. 1996 Rally Australia winner Tommy Mäkinen began well. Four times rally winner Juha Kankkunen drove superbly all day to remain in touch with the leaders, whilst his teammate Thierry could only manage 7th place. Piero Liati's last rally with Subaru came to a sad and premature end.
Why? What happened again? Oh, that's what happens. Oh, yeah.
After the promising start, Mäkinen experienced a frustrating day filled with problems and had dropped outside the top 6 and out of the points.
16 kilometers still to go when we hit the stone and had to slow down. I'm more worried about at the moment. I think it seems that we have some road penalty.
The pressure was mounting on the Finn and the strain on his face told the story. He needed points or the championship would slip through his fingers. But at least with the Lancer repaired, he could continue to fight on.
No.
Carlos Sainz was third after the penultimate stage, but a win in Australia with Mäkinen out of the points would seal the title. Oriol's another past Rally Australia winner. He would be second going into leg 2. The drive of the day, though, was from Richard Burns, quickest on 7 stages to take a commanding lead.
Well, to be honest, the amount of time that we were taking off everybody made it silly really to do anything other than just keep on going and keep on pushing.
Sainz took a gamble, allowing 2 cars to pass him to sweep the road on leg 2.
We decided to run in closer order to Tommy and Colin tomorrow, and we will see. I hope it's a bit better than today.
Leg 2's 8 stages took the crews south from Perth to the area around Collie. Burns would start with over a minute's lead, but the loose gravel is known to penalise the first few drivers. Burns drove well over the first couple of stages, but McRae, who was still in the fight for the driver's title, had problems ahead, which would drop the Scotsman further down the leaderboard.
70 caution, left over crest, tightens to 3- gravel. Oh no.
He broke a rear drive shaft about a kilometre into the start of the first stage.
Is it a disaster, or have you lost not too much time?
Well, we've lost a hell of a lot of time, and it's a disaster, yeah. I mean, we should have been making time this morning, not losing time.
Yeah.
On stage 15, a moment's loss of concentration for Richard Burns was heavily penalised.
Oh, yeah, you see that? Oh.
That roll would drop the Englishman to 2nd place.
I just cut too much inside a corner and there was a bump on the inside and it flipped the car. We didn't lose much time there and then, but it crushed the turbo pipe and we lost power for all of that stage and the next one. And we dropped about, I suppose, a minute 20.
The battered Mitsubishi managed to continue, and Burns would end the day still well in touch in 4th place, a position he shared with the Ford Escort of Juha Kankkunen and Juha Repo.
90 left, 50, turn long bad right, and 50.
Trying as hard as he could, Didier Auriol couldn't hold on to his 2nd place and slipped to 3rd behind an inspired Tommy Mäkinen, who set 6 fastest times on his way to 2nd, keeping the championship fight alive.
Jopa se eri ohjeen. 7. Pitkä vasen nopea.
Carlos Sainz's gamble had worked, from 5th to 1st on the 2nd leg, with the help of the road sweepers and Richard Burns' problem, and the battle looked set for the final day.
Yeah, it really worked. Mine.
I'm looking forward tomorrow very much because Panning's Forest has been always very good for me, and if Carlos is first car on the road, I mean it's little advance for me.
But his optimism was dashed after the leg's final stage. Tommy was judged to have jumped the start and was penalised a minute, giving Sainz the advantage.
If it is like that, it's good for me. I mean, it was clearly Tommy was jumped the start. He was starting with the red line on,
A distraught Mäkinen protested his innocence.
I didn't jump. I just followed the clock. I didn't follow the lights when they should be equal with the time, with the watch. I just follow the time when it's running, and I just start immediately when it's 0.
Daylight and the rally stewards had overturned the penalty.
The start light system on this event is quite revolutionary, and unfortunately, because it wasn't in the regulations, it was an error on the organisers' part, and we made a protest on the basis that this was incorrect, and the stewards accepted our protest and deleted the 1 minute penalty.
For me, this is a scandal. I mean, it was very clear yesterday what's happened. The bin was showing what's happened. 20,000 people saw what's happened. And for me, it is so clear that I don't understand.
5 stages in the Bunnies Forest southeast of Perth would then settle the rally, and huge crowds flocked to the stages, sensing there was an epic battle in store. Carlos Sainz was first away on the opening stage and was slower than Tommi Mäkinen, but only by 0.4 of a second, although he knew the Finn wouldn't be his only threat.
5 right plus for big jump. Into K, 6 left over jump. 15. 5 right, my left minus over crest tightens into 3 right.
It was Colin McRae who set the pace, fastest on the first 3 stages. He incredibly took the rally lead after stage 22. Colin knew he had to win to stay in the title race.
Well, I think Colin now is on a high. We've only got 1 more stage, and the last one is a Mickey Mouse one. All we need is about 10 seconds, and then that'll be enough.
The road conditions have cleaned up a lot better than we thought they would, obviously, but we've got a greater advantage than we thought.
Freddie Loix in Australia to gain experience would finish the rally in 6th place. Kankkunen was in the points yet again, and 5th. Burns was now in a 5-way battle for 1st place, but there was drama ahead.
Oh shit,
40, flat right.
Yep. He's not
the Mitsubishi struggled on, but a damaged radiator meant retirement almost within sight of the finish.
I braked too late for a 5th gear corner coming down from about 100 miles an hour, and that's it. I couldn't get around the corner.
Storming through stage 23, McRae was on course for his 2nd consecutive victory down under.
Oh yeah, but until...
What's happened? 50.
Engine.
4 right plus line, don't cut.
Oh, I don't believe it.
100. 4 Ks to go. 5 right over crest line.
No power.
A blown turbocharger. 1st place quickly became 4th.
Blown a turbo, 4 Ks from the end. No
yeah,
power
you see
left
that?
in the engine then.
What went through your mind when that happened?
That was it, the championship was gone.
Didier Auriol gained 2 places as a result of the incident-packed stage 23 to finish 3rd.
Yeah, too bad,
Sainz started the final stage 1/10 of a second behind
Mäkinen,
but the Spaniard would finish it 18 seconds adrift, and so it was
big one
Tommi
is coming
Mäkinen
up.
setting the quickest time, who won in Australia, his 3rd victory in a row, to take the Drivers' Championship down to the last round in Great Britain.
The RAC, it's down to you and Tommy. What are the odds?
We'll be okay.
Everything can change so quickly. You are just behind, suddenly you are very far behind, and then you are leading again, and it's, I mean, it can't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, it's, epic. Epic rally.
So, a controversial Rally Australia ended with a 16.5-second win for Tommi Mäkinen, whilst McRae's unbelievable bad luck ruled him out of the title fight.
Yeah, wow.
Only 2 points now separated Mäkinen and Sainz with 1 round to go, while the Manufacturers Series would be a straight fight between 2 teams, Toyota and Mitsubishi.
Oh boy, now it comes. Rally Great Britain. Oh boy, this is going to be one hell of a rally to watch, yeah? There's one.
The final round of the World Rally Championship was the Rally of Great Britain. Based in the town of Cheltenham, Leg 1's 13 stages looped around the heart of England. Colin McRae might have been out of the championship, but he was still the crowd's favourite, setting the equal fastest time on the opening stage around the town's racecourse. Championship title contender Carlos Sainz was 3rd quickest on stage 3 to move into 2nd place. His rival for the crown, Tommy Mäkinen, had a frustrating start. He was 10th going into stage 5.
Yeah, look at that now. Hopla! Whoa!
A patch of oil caused the accident, which left Mäkinen dragging the car through the remainder of the stage on 3 wheels. Another stage remained at Millbrook before a long road section back to Silverstone and the next service area.
First quite tight left. Suddenly I noticed it was completely dark.
There we go, completely.
Like a black tarmac, and then immediately the car just snapped oversteer and we hit the concrete post.
Sainz, next through the stage, was slowed by the marshals but also found the oil.
Yeah, look at that. Difficult, huh?
Carlos and co-driver Lewis Moyer survived the scare and came across Mäkinen's sorry-looking car soon afterwards. Tommy's rally ended on the road section. Not even world champions are above the law.
No, but how about an escort?
World champion this year?
We can just wait and look. Wait and follow what is going on.
Mitsubishi's hopes now rested on Richard Burns, who came close to victory last year, but was only 6th at the end of the day. Oriol drove well to finish 4th, helping both his teammate and Toyota in the 2 championships. This, though, was the last appearance by a Works Ford Escort, and Juha Kankkunen placed his 5th overnight. Joint fastest on stage 1 with his brother helped Alistair McRae's confidence in his first appearance in the Subaru Impreza. Colin was quickest on 7 of the first 8 stages, but lost 15 seconds when he suffered a tyre blowout.
My. That's the first time that's happening with Subaru Grand Prix Rally in that year. Yeah, it's...
Alistair McRae and co-driver David Senior ended an impressive first day in 3rd place, while Sainz finished 2nd, 2 places higher than he now needed.
Well, obviously the situation has changed a little bit with Tommy out of the rally. I think it still is a long way. We have seen like anything can happen in any minute here, and this is a rally where surprises are coming very quickly. So.
Yeah, tell me about
Obviously,
it.
Things
You're the guy to say that.
Still a long way to go.
The driver of the day, though, was Colin McRae.
Yeah. For us, obviously, we dropped quite a bit of time in Silverstone, but we got off with a lot more than Tommy did.
Leg 2's 8 stages were all run on the forestry roads of mid-Wales, around the area of Builth Wells. Colin McRae still led the rally, but the slippery conditions meant he was starting to feel the pressure.
Slow 3 left, tightens.
Ouch. Yep.
It was Richard Burns and Robert Reid who were quickest on the first 2 stages, and the pair had leapt to 2nd. Like his big brother, Alistair McRae was also finding the conditions hard work and had dropped to 5th place. Didier Oriol was up to 3rd by the end of stage 15.
Appuyez 3 pièges barrière, ouvre à fond sur emmanchement. Sur gauche à fond, 80 mètres. Elle est vive, hein, fais gaffe.
Daylight in the misty Welsh forests, and Sainz, who dropped back earlier, recovered to move back into the 4th place he needed for the championship. Kankkunen and Repo had begun the day in 6th place and seemed content to watch the battles unfolding ahead. They'd still be 6th after stage 19. Richard Burns was in one of those battles and wasn't hanging around. He briefly snatched the lead, albeit by only 4 seconds. McRae immediately fought back and was quickest on the next 3 stages to retake the lead. But by the time the Subaru returned to the service area, it was clear all was not well.
The engine's blown up in the road section.
So there's no way of continuing?
No, I don't think so. It's 3 cylinders and it'll hardly start, so I think it's finished.
We've looked inside the engine and there's some heavy damage to one piston, which we can't obviously tell at this stage what's caused it, but it won't go any further.
The day's final 2 stages were run in the dark. Didier Oriol wouldn't be completing them, though. Clutch failure forcing the Frenchman out.
Another one. Another one.
Carlos Sainz in the other Toyota lost 40 seconds on the same stage, but survived a 5th gear off to finish 4th.
Sexta, acaba rasante en derecha, para izquierda rápido con sexta, se abren. a la derecha, la mirando el ras, ahí va.
How fast were you going when you went off?
Fast.
Kankkunen flew through the last 2 stages to finish the day in 3rd place, whilst Alistair McRae drove the sole remaining work Subaru to a superb 2nd overnight. Burns finished 1st, making it a British 1-2.
The main thing for me to do tomorrow is just keep my concentration and just try and enjoy the stages, because as long as I'm enjoying myself, then the times will come.
Less than 24 hours before the World Championship's going to be decided. What do you dare think going to bed tonight?
Trying to sleep and relax, if possible.
Can you be relaxed?
Yes, I think so.
No. So, leg 3's 7 forestry stages in South Wales would decide both the rally and the championship. The first of those stages would be Alistair McRae's last.
The first I knew of that we were in the ditch was the car started to go a bit of an angle. I mean, you couldn't see anything in front of you. I thought it was still on the road, went into the ditch, and by the time I realised it was too late, there was something in the ditch that caught the front of the car and sent it rolling down the road, so that was it.
Alistair's retirement meant that Richard Burns now led by over 2 minutes.
Can you drive with your fingers crossed?
Yeah, I've got everything crossed.
The young Scotsman's departure had also promoted Juha Kankkunen to 2nd place. The rally was beginning to look good for Ford. Seitz was now 3rd, concentrating just on surviving to the end of the rally.
I'm trying to, of course, concentrate and try to keep going and trying to finish the rally.
Welsh sunshine would round off the year. Harry Rovanpera finished 6th to give the new Seat its first World Championship point. Privateers also did well, with Sebastian Lindholm taking his escort to 5th place overall. Belgium's Gregoire de Mavius had been battling with Lindholm all afternoon and took the fight down to the last stage to claim 4th. Richard Burns had been fastest on all of the day's 7 stages and was delighted at winning his home event.
Yeah, it's good for Richard Burns.
It's fantastic, not just for me, but remember
happy.
Also because of this Mitsubishi win the World Championship.
Very
the
good.
Perfect end to the Escort's 30-year career. Kankkunen 2nd, Thierry 3rd. But what of Sainz? He and Lewis Moyer started the final stage in 4th place, but flames underneath the Toyota signalled that any thoughts of the world title were premature.
Yeah, look at that. That's one of the painfulest things that I ever watched.
With less than a kilometre to go, the rally saved its most cruel piece of luck exclusively for the Spaniards.
Yeah, look at that.
The Corolla ground to a halt within sight of the stage finish, and despite Carlos and Lewis attending quickly to the fire, they could do nothing to save the situation.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. One of the most dramatic things I ever saw in a
Thierry's
rally.
Escort sped past the stricken Toyota, Moyer's frustration finally exploded.
Suddenly my brother phoned from the end of the last stage and he said, hey, good
He's
to
even
believe Carlos
unbelievable.
He's
like,
standing here, he can't, he's just 300
look at his face,
meters
look. He's like, what the...
I said, no, don't be joking, it's a bit too serious. Yes, it's true, and I couldn't believe.
Yeah,
but there were others who were just as delighted. Richard Burns, after winning his home event for the first time, and Ford, who brought both their Escorts onto the podium on their last appearance. But the end of the season belonged to Mitsubishi. Mäkinen taking the driver's title by 2 points from Sainz, while the team made it a double by taking the Manufacturers' Championship for the first time. So the final champagne of the year was reserved for the men in red, Richard Burns and Robert Reid, and the 1998 World Champions, Tommi Mäkinen and Risto Männisen-Mäki.
Wow, what an ending, eh? Unbelievable.
As Thierry's Escort sped past the stricken Toyota, Moyer's frustration...
Bruno, yes, he was also unbelievable, because another image you when he finishes, you know, the reporters say, oh, where is Carlos? And he says, oh yeah, he's right over there, 300 meters. He was all like, who? He was all in shock, he didn't believe it, but this is, yeah, unbelievable.
Finally exploded.
Yeah, it's Lewis Moyer, not Sainz, because he is Sainz. That's Lewis Moyer doing that. Unbelievable. What can you say? What can you react? You know, unbelievable. This is one of the coolest thing I ever saw in the World Rally Championship and ever. So yeah. Tja. What can you say, hè?
Suddenly my brother phoned from the end of the last stage.
Wat kan men zeggen, hè?
Title were premature.
Als je zoiets aan de hand hebt, ja, moet je erop reageren. Dat is oneerlijk, hè. Maar ja, het is niet helemaal het leven zo, hè. Soms is het oneerlijk, noem maar op, maar... Ja, dit stuk, hè, dit allemaal is wel, ja, echt wel moeilijk om te zien. Het is echt wel het moeilijkste stuk, ja, niet normaal, hè. Iedereen was verbaasd natuurlijk, hè, maar goed, ja. Tja, het is wat het is, hè. Maar ja, goed. Dat was dus het einde, hè. Voilà, that's it. That was the end of this season, hè. Yeah, it's very, yeah, again, very cruel. What a cruel ending of the season, huh? Yeah, but okay, with this very anticlimactic ending, also the stream will end. Voila. Next time I will react to the 1999 World Rally Championship. Not next Sunday, but the week after. Then I will do that. So yeah. So yeah, it was a fun stream. I liked it reacting on this, 1998. So yeah, I see you next time. I think Wednesday I will stream. So thank you everyone and goodbye. Voilà, dat was voor vandaag. Nog eens even kijken. Ja, was in orde. Dat was voor vandaag. Ja, het was wel een goede stream. Ik vond het wel veel om te reageren. Dus ja, volgende keer doen we dan het jaar niet 199. Niet volgende week zondag, maar de week daarna ga ik dat dan doen. Ik ga het denk ik zo doen. Om de 2 weken eens reageren. Dus ja, komt wel in orde. Goed, maar voor vandaag dat was het. Bedankt allemaal en tot de volgende keer.